Top of the world, Mom. Top of the world. This took a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of people to recognize that need to be acknowledged as well. This did not happen in a vacuum. It took a long time. There were many obstacles, and many people in this room helped me quite along. And I can tell you this, that anytime I reached out for help, and I needed someone to cover my back, I can tell you the guys over at the Bronx VA, the Vietnam veterans, the Borinquenes Post, Hector Cruz, Soto, you fellas know who you are. When I needed someone to cover my back, they had my back. And we did a lot of work together, so give applause for them as well, please. We want to try and make this thing as smooth as possible. And so I want to thank everybody who helped make this event a success as well. We pulled this off at the last minute. We were supposed to take everybody here down in Washington. That didn't quite work out, but by the Herculean efforts of so many people here, we were able to pull this off, and everyone came together. When I called out for help, the help came in the form of people doing things. People just said, "What can I do?" Betty Lugo, Michelle Centeno, Maria Cruz, Iris. Mr. Ponte, where are you? She cleans up real good. I don't recognize her. Isn't she gorgeous? Thank you so much. I can't tell you again, Maribel, everyone else. I just don't want to forget anyone and make sure that they're mentioned from me to you. It's very important because we are standing on the shoulders of giants. These gentlemen not open doors for us, they kick down doors for us. Every accomplishment that we have as a Latino community, as a Puerto Rican community, happened because of the sacrifice of blood, life, limbs, and expendable youth, irreplaceable youth that these men expended during that time, and they were never recognized over these past 65 years. It's very important that we acknowledge the accomplishment and the achievements, because we're sharing in these accomplishments and achievements as if they're our own. Because if not for them, there could never be a successful law firm of Pacheco and Lugo. They would still be fighting that fight. There could never be the entertainers and politicians and community leaders that came after them. So we owe such a great debt of gratitude to them. We will never know the names of the fallen who spilled their blood and died on those cold battlefields in World War I, World War II, and Korea. Now, if I could put it a little bit in context for you, ladies and gentlemen, if you bear with me. The Korean conflict was one of the most horrendous wars in the United States history. And to this day, I don't know why it's called a conflict when it was a war, because it definitely wasn't a Korean disagreement. Now, to put it in context, there were nearly 56,000 American casualties in the Korean War. That was 56,000 casualties in 3 years. The Vietnam War, we had 58,000 casualties in 10 years. In the Battle of Gettysburg, there were 50,000 casualties in 3 days. When you think about the casualties and the fighting that these men sustained, it brings us to tears to realize that today, 65 years later, we are acknowledging the achievements and sacrifice they made for us. So in this humble place, in Spanish Harlem, in Taino Towers, we are gathered here to pay such homage. And as a testament, look around this room and see the faces in this room and the tables in here. You represent tens of thousands of others that just couldn't make it. So imagine all of those in your faces who are also here paying homage. This is history, ladies and gentlemen, and you're part of it. We are in the presence of gentlemen who are elevated to the status of national treasures. They are living history. They are living history. and they belong to us. They belong to us. We own the bragging rights. They're ours. So if not us, who, and if not now, when? So, if I may, I have to also told I have to take care of some diplomatic and administrative duties of saying thank you to Diane Collar from the District Board Chairperson for supporting Voting Canadians Way. Again, Maria Cruz, we have to thank Maria Cruz, our host. A special thanks to Senator Larkin, who is also a Korean War veteran, who also fought with the Borinqueneers, and he knew them in Korea. He loved them. Also from the County Executive of Rockland County, Ed Day, who wished he could be here, and he also did that. Meet me tonight at when? Room number... Okay. Guys gotta do what the guys gotta do here. Oh, this part you mean. Call me at no. We're also thanking the Puerto Rican Bar Association's Veterans Committee, Lieutenant Colonel Luis Burgos, Colonel Burgos, and Commander Sergio Villaverde. Please forgive me if I missed anyone. Blame Jimmy. Okay? Now, if I may, let me make honorable mention to in my remarks here, and we'll be brief. We're talking about a bunch of people here who never really brought any spotlight to themselves, and so I have to bring other recognition to some of the people who helped begin and start the 65th Infantry Honor Task Force. The Honor Task Force began back in 1999. In 1999, the Director of Selective Service, Gil Coronado, asked me to be a speaker at an event and to acknowledge Puerto Rican heroes. So as such, I had to do some research. And when I did that research, obviously I came across the 65th Infantry. When I did that, I came across some old pictures that my mother Terry passed along to me, and I come to find out that my great-grandfather, Leoncio Beauchamp, was one of the founding members of the regiment back in World War I. And so it's kind of funny how the bloodline calls you. And here I stand to honor these veterans as such, so it's very mystical. Among the people who helped form the task force and guide me in the direction that we arrived at were Chief Warrant Officer Pedro J. Vargas, Mr. Jose Aponte, Mr. Ruben Barrios, Lieutenant Colonel Jim Fisher, Brigadier General Antonio Balinas, Mr. Danny Nieves, who's a labor of love that many of you might have seen at the Borinqueneers.net website. And that website is the premier website and source of information for academia, for military, researchers, and the government. That website had a lot to do with us receiving the gold medal because that website listed the killed in action. And the killed in action list, ladies and gentlemen, I have to remind you, included men and soldiers and infantrymen from every part of the United States, not only Puerto Rico. Yes, the Borinqueneers was a Puerto Rican regiment because they were basically a National Guard unit from Puerto Rico. So they were comprised of Puerto Ricans. But they were comprised of infantrymen who served side by side with them and died in battle side by side with them from Tennessee and Oklahoma, North Carolina, New York, and other places. So as far as we are concerned, anyone who wore a 65th Infantry patch is a Borinqueneer. Bear with me now while I do what is in the custom and tradition of soldiers. When we honor our fallen, we regale in deeds of honor, of valor, and that inexplicable act where Master Sergeant Juan E. Negron would order his men to withdraw while he charged the enemy lines single-handedly, fighting throughout the night till the morning patrol found him surrounded by 18 enemy dead. Lying on his back, they thought him dead as well. And when he woke up, his first words to them, exhausted, was, "What took you so long?" He received the Medal of Honor, the first boat engineer to receive the Medal of Honor. Or Sergeant First Class Modesto Cartagena, charging an enemy position, lobbing hand grenades, he destroyed the first position, saving his squad. Wounded and bleeding, he continued his assault on the second position, alone, drawing intense enemy fire to himself, inspired his squad to destroy that enemy. So many acts like these made him one of the most decorated soldiers of the Korean War, receiving the Distinguished Service Medal. And we are here, he's represented here by his son and grandson, Modesto Cartagena. Jesus Cartagena, where are you? One of the bravest men I've ever met in my life. Or we can speak of Private First Class Badel Hernandez Guzman. Upon finding themselves confronted by an overwhelming force, realizing they were facing utter annihilation, no chance to survive, he picked up a flamethrower, charged the enemy headlong, single-handedly, 20 yards through an onslaught of bullets and grenades. He assaulted the enemy's strongest position and destroyed it with the flamethrower, giving his fellows the chance to regroup and overrun that position. Or we're reminded of that fateful day, February 1951, when 2 battalions of the 65th were confronted by overwhelming odds by elements of the Chinese 109th Division. A division is comprised of 10,000 men. Battalion is about 1,000. Outgunned, outnumbered, the fight lasted 3 days. It went hand to hand. Terrifying, fearsome, unrelenting. The boat engineers heard the order to fix bayonets and conducted what became the last battalion-sized bayonet charge in American military history. They charged that enemy. The enemy withdrew. These are the boat engineers, ladies and gentlemen. They represent the character of our people. They are the example of Puerto Rican manhood that should not be forgotten. They are our example, and they should be an example for ourselves in their conduct and their chivalry. And I'm here to tell you that I send regards and salutations from the Grand Master of the Knights Templars, the Brigadier General Ray. I also bring salutations and salutes from the Grand Prior of the United States of the Knights Templars, General John DeGilio, who offer a Templar raised sword salute, which is a very high honor. And I'm glad to convey that to you all. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope that I was able, in my humble way, to communicate to you the importance of this small ceremony that we're about to do here. And it was the best that we can do with what we had. I only wish we could do more. But with the help of my comrades and my colleagues and our sponsors, we were able to do this. So we're about to now, if you bear with us, award them their due regards, a very small token. Because ladies and gentlemen, remember this, metallurgy is not a measure of bravery and courage. Whether they receive the gold medal or no medal, they are equally as brave, equally as courageous, equally as chivalrous and deserving of our salute, respect, and adulation. We don't need a medal to validate them. We validate the medal. We bring value to the medal. The medal does not bring value to us. So remember that, and if you take nothing else from this, remember that. Now we have a lot of work to do before us, a lot of work to do. And when we were advocating for this medal, you'll see some of my remarks probably come up in the archives and in my testimony. When I told the highest leaders of this country that the Puerto Rican regiment is not begging for medals, we're not begging for our due. We earned it. So what we received today, it was earned. Nobody gave it to us. We owe no gratitude to anyone. Some like pictures taken, okay. We are doing this for them. So, bear with me now, we gotta do a little organization here. Because, you know how famous we are for showing up on time and not doing things at the last minute, right? You do realize that. We're very organized that way. Everybody called weeks ahead of time, and we were all set. So get ready for the pain. Get ready for the pain now. I'm going to call up some folks who are here. Now I just want to make sure, do I have Modesto Cartagena, please come up to represent. I've got my tongue. Arcadio, is Arcadio up here? Okay, I need a stand-in for Pedro Torres. Pino, please come up and represent Torres. Come, sir. Pino. Isaac. How about Isaac Rivera? He didn't show? Have a seat. I need someone in uniform to stand up for Isaac Rivera. Please, sir. Ramon Velez, he's there. Here we go. Please bear with me. Rafael Gonzalez. You there? Okay, great. Angel Centeno. We have somebody standing for Angel? Michelle, right. Please stand in, please. Forgive me, I can't. The girl who gave me her phone number and room key, threw me off. Julio Hernandez Torres. Julio Hernandez Torres, I need a stand-in. Please, thank you. I need a stand-in for Antonio Cordero. Someone in uniform, please. Thank you. For Raul Lopez, I need a stand-in, please. Stand-in. Yeah, uniform or veteran is fine. Just somebody. Okay. Then Francisco Hernandez Diaz. Doris, did you have a stand-in? Please, let's move quickly. Hernandez Diaz, Francisco. Thank you. Then for World War I, World War II, we're going to do something a little separate there. I need Leonce Beauchamp, Terry, my mom, please stand in. Leonardo Montallo. I think that's you, Eddie. George Reyes. Yeah, you can stand in. And Centeno. The thing wasn't clear. Was there another Centeno besides Michelle? That was for a World War II guy. All right, we'll get him. Good enough. At this time, may I introduce the Consul General from the Republic of Korea, representing the Consulate of Korea, Joaquin Kim. Sir? And my three ladies to help present. Miguel Lugo? We need stand in. Stand in. Stand in. Ladies? Mr. Kim? Please take the mic. You want to say a few words after I remember? Si quieres hablar español.
Okay.
En inglés.
It's my great honor to be here with you. And frankly speaking, I didn't know that the political people, they did a lot of work for Korean people. We are here. I think the most important thing you can find here, from my perspective, is love. But love, we have a different level. Love for ourselves, love for our family, and there is another love for neighbors. And love for neighbors, they don't know. That's very different love. And for love, we fight. There are political people, the soldiers, they fought for other people, non-neighbors, unknown people. So we call them hero. He missed one important symbolism for themselves. They are the living founding fathers of modern Korea. So, it is very little symbolism from Korean government and Korean people for their dedication for our Korean people and Korean country. Korean country at the time was very poor, and thanks to their dedication, we reached the level of advanced country, and we cannot forget their dedication. Viva la Puerto Rico, viva los Estados Unidos y viva la Cuba. Gracias.
I didn't want to make it.
Sergeant of the Guard, organize these